Hey everyone, and welcome to my second vlog. This week I told you guys I was gonna decide what this self-care mission of mine was actually gonna look like. So I decided to do what I do best when I'm trying to think and brainstorm things, and that's take a walk. So I went down by the river down here in Golden, which is amazingly beautiful, and it was a sunny 60-degree day, and I was actually just trying to create some space in my head to have some ideas come. And as I was taking the walk, it was just constant barrage of thoughts. There was no space and not a whole lot of peace going on. And I actually started to feel a little overwhelmed and a little stressed. And that was exactly what I'm trying to not create. So I had this big epiphany on the way back. And that is that self-care is not about adding to our life. It's not about adding new lists to our life. I have enough lists in my life, and I'm sure you do too. And so as I was walking, I realized that for me, at least, and I think that what most of us, our downfall with self-care is about adding new things and making our life more busy. And I think that what self-care for me is actually about is recreating patterns in our thinkings and actions that will provide more space. So I think we're really good at saying, oh, I don't have time because I have kids. And really what I'm saying is I'm not putting myself first, not putting myself as a priority. I'm only prioritizing my kids. So kind of rethinking those patterns that we all have, and we all have different ones, and some of them are learned, and some of them I don't know how we got. So it's kind of about just reevaluating and really paying attention to when those feelings come up, what is there for us. So as I was walking, I had this idea of authentic self-care. And to me, authentic self-care would be trying to recreate those patterns and reevaluate. So that actually might look like taking things away and saying no to things. Saying no to your kids, saying no to people who want to do things with you, and creating a life that feels good for you. And that doesn't mean that you're not going to have bad days, because I actually had a really rough week. The great thing about the week was, as I'm actively engaging in the process, it didn't seem as hard as I think it normally would have. The kids' constant temper tantrums. There was laughter on my part, which is great. And it was because I was kind of noticing the patterns that I get in, and I was doing some things. I did add on some things. So my plan is actually that I did add on daily exercise, and that to me is going to look like hopefully a few walks by myself. That's how it looked this week. As well as just walking with the kids and dancing with the kids. We used to dance all the time, and we haven't been lately. And stretching with the kids. There's Cosmic Kids Yoga, which is amazing, or just stretching while they're sitting down playing or reading a story. I also have already been engaging in an evening close to my day, which looks like some mirror exercises in the mirror. But I'm going to add in a morning intention for the day, and I'm actually going to just involve the whole family in that. I already journal. I do a gratitude journal for years now, but I have gotten away from journaling as part of processing. So I'm going to add that back in as part of my evening. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to focus on one thing a month, one pattern that I know I have that I'm going to really focus on and see how it comes up in my life. So my biggest thing, and what I'm going to start with, of course I go big right to begin with, is overwhelm. I say all the time how overwhelmed I am. And what I realized the other day is I create that overwhelm. I completely and totally create my overwhelm. And that's because, one, I don't ask for help. And there's plenty of people to help me, and they're very willing, but I don't ask. I don't even know how to vocalize that. And when I do, it's really, really hard. And the other thing is just thinking that I'm the only one that knows how to do it. So as we bring another new life into this family, and there'll be 6 of us, I cannot do everything. And the overwhelm will only intensify. So I have got to be on top of it and got to figure out how to ask for help, and create some systems for our family of what that's going to look like, because it's going to be new for everybody. And to notice when I do get the feelings of overwhelm, what is causing it and how I'm creating it and how I can get out of that pattern. So that's going to be my focus for the rest of December and probably January too, because it's a big one of mine. So I would love to hear what you all would like to be working on, and what you think about authentic self-care, and how self-care is actually looking or not looking in your life. So thanks for joining me again, and I will see you next week.